Dr. Jones, again we see there is nothing you can possess which I cannot take away. And you thought I'd given up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Director's Choice. Get ready to embark on a heart-pounding, whip-cracking journey through the hair-raising escapades of none other than the dashing daredevil himself, Indiana Jones.
Drop the guns, or Colonel Dr. Spalko is dead.
We're about to dive headfirst into the top times Indy defied death, danger, and logic itself to emerge victorious. So fasten your seatbelts, grab your fedora, because, let's face it, you can't do justice to an adventure without one, and let's traverse the treacherous terrain of Indiana Jones' most impossible escapes. Indiana Jones, the rugged relic hunter, the charismatic catacomb conqueror, the fearless fedora fanatic, created by the cinematic dream duo George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. Indy burst onto the silver screen in 1981's Raiders of the Lost Ark. Played to perfection by the legendary Harrison Ford, Indy has become synonymous with fearless excitement, nail-biting escapes, and a fashion sense that's to die for. Literally, if you're a bad guy. But hold on to your archaeological hats, because we're not just dealing with any old adventurer here. Indiana Jones is more than just a man. He's a living, breathing embodiment of action-packed audacity. Armed with his trusty whip, sharp intellect, and an uncanny ability to make escaping peril look as effortless as a Sunday stroll, Indy is the undisputed king of impossible escapes. So grab your popcorn and your favorite bullwhip, a household essential, of course, because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of the top moments that showcase Indiana Jones defying the odds, gravity, and common sense in the most spectacular ways possible.
There's a big snake in the plane, Shock! I hate snakes, Shock! I hate them!
In the classic Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones found himself trapped in a pit brimming with slithering serpents. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not exactly the president of the Indiana Jones Snake Appreciation Club. But fear not. Our intrepid archaeologist had a plan that was as ingenious as it was crazy. Armed with nothing but his wits and an impressive knowledge of ancient hieroglyphics, Indy decoded a message that led him to a secret escape route. As the snakes rift and hiss below, he made a dramatic leap onto a conveniently placed ledge, navigating an obstacle course that would give any game show a run for its money. But that's not all. The piece de resistance came when the walls of the pit began to close in. Indy, with his heart racing faster than a Ferrari, managed to squeeze through the narrowing gap, sealing his escape with a triumphant swish of his whip. Talk about snake charming escapades. Picture this, Indiana Jones, careening through the bustling streets of Venice on a motorcycle, pursued by relentless enemy agents. But here's the kicker, the motorcycle has a sidecar, and Indy's dad, played by the impeccable Sean Connery, is the passenger. If that doesn't sound like a recipe for action-packed mayhem, I don't know what does, as our dynamic duo navigates hairpin turns, bridges, and boats. Yes, boats! The chase becomes a symphony of stunt work, humor, and adrenaline. Indy's skills as a biker are only rivaled by his ability to outwit his adversaries at every turn. With each narrow escape and ingenious maneuver, he proves that he's not just an archaeologist, he's also a professional dodger of danger.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You know nuts. He's crazy.
All around. Prepare to meet Kali in hell.
In Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indy faced off against a cult of fanatics in a death-defying adventure that culminated in a breathtaking rope bridge scene. When faced with the choice of being skewered by arrows or taking a literal leap of faith, Indy did what any rational person would do. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and leaped into the abyss. To everyone's astonishment, Indy's trust in the unseen paid off. He landed on an invisible pathway that allowed him to cross the chasm unscathed. Now, call me skeptical, but I can't even find my keys half the time. And Indy manages to find invisible bridges in the middle of perilous situations. This scene not only showcases Indy's knack for surviving against all odds, but also his remarkable ability to transform a death-defying leap into a moment of awe-inspiring triumph. If only we could all take such literal and metaphorical leaps of faith with such style.
Get down!
Dad, we're well out of range.
In Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, Indy finds himself in a showdown with Nazis on top of a moving tank. You heard that right. While most of us struggle to keep our balance while walking, Indy takes it up a notch by engaging in a death-defying duel on the roof of a tank hurtling across the desert. Armed with nothing but his whip, Indy battles an intimidating adversary with a gun, all while desperately trying to avoid being turned into a HUD ornament. The tank battle is a masterpiece of choreography, combining action, suspense, and a dash of humor. As he clings to the tank like a gecko on steroids, Indy manages to outmaneuver his foe and, in classic Indiana Jones style, send him on an unplanned trip to the great beyond. The tank battle is a testament to Indy's resourcefulness, agility, and uncanny ability to turn any situation into an edge-of-your-seat spectacle. In Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Indy faces off against Soviet agents in a dense jungle. In a daring escape, he spots a conveniently placed rope swing just out of reach. Now, I don't know about you, but my rope swinging skills are about as impressive as my ability to speak Swahili, which is to say, non-existent. But Indy is no ordinary adventurer. With a flair for the dramatic and a determination that rivals a stubborn mule, he takes hold of the rope and executes a flawless Tarzan-esque swing across a seemingly impassable gap. It's as if he channeled his inner circus acrobat and transformed a simple escape into a jaw-dropping spectacle. The rope swing scene not only showcases Indy's physical prowess, but also his knack for turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. With a dash of daring and a sprinkle of showmanship, he reminds us that sometimes the key to defying the odds is to embrace the unexpected and swing with style.
But the Grail cannot pass beyond the Great Seal. That is the boundary and the price of immortality.
In Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, Indy faces a series of trials to reach the Holy Grail, with one of the most iconic challenges being the leap of faith. As he approaches a seemingly bottomless chasm, he's faced with the impossible choice of stepping out into thin air or turning back. With the fate of his father and the power of the Grail at stake, Indy's decision carries weight. In a moment that encapsulates his unyielding determination, he steps out into the abyss, trusting that an invisible bridge will catch him. And catch him it does. This heart-pounding moment is a testament to Indy's courage, his willingness to embrace the unknown, and his unshakable belief in the extraordinary. Who needs solid ground when you can walk on air, right? In Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indy faces a collapsing cave while clutching the powerful Sankara stones. With the ground shaking and debris raining down like confetti at a parade, Indy doesn't just run for dear life, he maneuvers, leaps, and strategizes his way through the chaos. Navigating crumbling platforms, swinging from precarious ledges, and avoiding perilous traps, Indy's escape is a masterclass in agility and quick thinking. It's as if he's playing a high-stakes game of the floor is lava, except in this case, the floor actually is lava, or something equally catastrophic. As Indy emerges from the collapsing cave, covered in dust and debris but victorious, we're reminded that when it comes to escaping impossible situations, he doesn't just rise to the occasion, he soars above it. In a climactic scene in Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, Indy faces a series of challenges to reach the Holy Grail. As he stands at the precipice of a seemingly endless chasm, he must make another leap of faith, this time literally. Remember that old saying, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith? Well, Indy takes it to a whole new level by stepping off the edge into thin air. And guess what? An invisible bridge catches him, because why not? This moment not only showcases Indy's willingness to trust in the unknown, but also his ability to turn the intangible into the tangible. After all, who needs solid ground when you have courage, determination, and a healthy dose of movie magic? And so, dear viewers, as we bid adieu to this whirlwind adventure through Indy's impossible escapes, let us raise our glasses to the man, the myth, the archaeologist extraordinaire, Indiana Jones, with his heart-stopping escapes, swashbuckling spirit, and uncanny ability to make tomb raiding look like a walk in the park, has left an indelible mark on cinematic history. From outrunning boulders to outwitting Nazis, Indy has shown us that the only limits that truly exist are the ones we set for ourselves. So the next time life throws you a curveball, remember Indy's fearless leaps, calculated risks, and gravity-defying feats. Who knows, you might just find yourself facing the unknown with a wink, a grin, and the undeniable spirit of adventure. As Indiana Jones has taught us, the journey is just as thrilling as the destination. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Adventure awaits.